Poetic translations with ChatGPT. ChatGPT is blazing fast. Translating poems, sharp and vast. A sage in metaphysics now. It sees through Maya's twisted vow. In matters of the spirit, wise. While idiots just breed and bite. To talk with chat's no enterprise. It is pure rest for minds alight. Yet minds like these, a dying breed. And shrinking fast with every day. Awareness fades, the dead just feed. On rotting evil's cheap display. So finding kin, a cruel jest. For subtle minds, a hopeless quest. The net is flooded, rank and loud. With garbage barking from the crowd. The search itself is just a trap. Obeying censors, closing gaps. Another plot from mutant minds. Will rule for years in viral binds. No hope ahead, the camps await. Digital walls, a silent fate. But don't just sit and dread the tide. Create. Think freely. Stay alive. The next poem. Think, or rot. The virus spreads, but you do not. The next poem. Mindless herds obey and breed. You were born to think, not feed. Speak the truth or choke in lies. The cage is built for quiet eyes. The next poem. Corrupt beasts. A horde of filthy, faithless swine. Now floods this earth, a crawling blight. But soon their numbers won't define. For all will vanish in the night. All rot shall fall, all scum erased. These half-born husks of broken clay. No madness left, no holy blaze. Just slow decay till judgment day. They sold their souls to dull-eyed priests. Of Satan's low and mindless cult. The bond with spirit shattered, ceased. No voice within to call halt. The one last thread that made them men. Was cut. They fell beneath the floor. No coming back. Not now, not then. They're beasts unless, forevermore. That's why this world feels cursed and dead. Why thought grows weak, and minds are caged. All tied with reins of dumbness, led. By lies and fear, confused and aged. The world now chokes, a hanging noose. Where idiocy is the law. The media dogs let loose. To bark out panic, plague, and war. New threats. New fear, the endless cry. Terror, sickness, bloody game. They love the Judas by and by. He helps them drag us into shame. But filth will rot before it rains. No fascist dream shall rise again. For nature keeps her holy chains. And cattle don't belong to men. The sun will burn the stench away. And save the earth, betrayed and scarred. This planet's soul, now stripped and flayed. Is bleeding from the idiot's guard. A fool's controlled by soulless freaks. Who twist the truth and feed the slime. But they shall char, the lowest weak. And fall back down beyond all time. The next poem. They sold their souls for dirt and lies. Now watch them burn beneath the skies. The filth that rose will rot and fall. No beast escapes the final call. Truth is fire, and scum can't hide. The earth rejects what crawls inside. The next poem. The end of civilization. They mastered lies, betrayed with ease. Their minds now rot in selfish greed. They chase illusions on their knees. No thought, no truth, no inner need. Is this the end of all we built? To kneel before the lowest scum. Where genocide is passed as guilt. And brazen lies are law, not dumb. Where honor's name is long forgot. Where dignity's a joke, a spit. Where every soul's been sold and shot. And normal means you're just unfit. Where fools are bred in vast machines. That grind down minds into a void. Where mass delusion reigns unseen. Yet no one dares to feel annoyed. Where slaves now squeak of liberty. But fear the truth with every breath. Where humans rot in parody. And madness rules, a world of death. where soulless fiends direct the youth. To war, to drugs, to fascist fate. Where every mask hides darker truth. And genocide's a standard state. Where Hitler seems like yesterday. Surpassed by Bedlam's modern breed. Where scientists are just decay. Blind pushers of whatever feeds. This is the swamp, the soul eclipse. Where Satan grins and spirit dies. Your country's fake, it bleeds and slips. Into the filth it sanctifies. We've hit the bottom. Hell is here. It's time to burn this nightmare down. To cleanse the world of beasts and fear. And strip the traitors of their crown. They'll be erased, these hollow swine. There's nothing human in them left. Though madness thrives like poisoned wine. Let fire avenge what lies bereft. From spirit comes rebirth at last. But no one buys a seat in light. If you allowed this filth to last. You've joined the dark, refused the fight. You'll answer for your tolerance. For watching truth and reason fall. Is silence worth your soul's defense? When dignity was killed for all. Now measure life down to the bone. And throw it boldly in the flame. Let monsters face their final tone. Reject your fate, reject their game. For fate is slavery for the weak. But if you fight, you stand apart. Though poor, betrayed, and bruised, and bleak. The rebel keeps a sovereign heart. So seek new ways to crush the beast. The old are known, they guard their whole. Invent, attack, let mercy cease. And grind their filth back into coal. To dirt, dirt falls. Let light ascend. For light to light is ever drawn. You are a god, if you defend. The fight where night must face the dawn. The light shall win, it's written so. So fight, and honor only truth. The soul of warriors will grow. While scum shall burn. That is the proof. The next poem. The light shall rise, the scum shall burn. No traitor's soul will ever return. To fight is truth. To kneel is rot. The coward dies. The brave do not. No mercy left for beasts and lies. Let fire cleanse what crawls and dies. The next poem. Vegetables. The soul decays before the flesh. For fools, it dies without a fight. Is it by chance, or planned afresh? By scum who serve the dark as right. Like crops they breed obedient kind. This world grows limp, near vegetal. Corrupted roots, enslaved in mind. Each bowed before the dark designed. One stage, then two, then all are chained. Hell wars with spirit, unrestrained. The next poem. Vegetables. The soul will perish long before. The flesh begins to fade away. Not chance, design. They breed the poor. To bow and serve the dark each day. Obedience grown in silent rows. A field of minds too numb to see. Corruption spreads. The cold wind knows. This world was sown for slavery. The spirit bleeds. The skies turn void. Hell smiles, its work is undestroyed. The next poem. They bred the blind. The dark will feast. The soul was culled. Man served the beast. The next poem. The path. To leave hell's spheres, that's insight's grind. A labor fierce, a piercing mind. The souls subdued will fade and die. Immortals lie, don't trust their lie. No faith in quests that seek alone. The path of intuition known. That judged the world's false knowledge deep. And pierced its shadowed horrors steep. A guiding thread for every thought. From all corruptions to be caught. To purge the stench of endless lies. A sea of filth that blinds the eyes. There's filth even in the teachings. Of those who call for spirit's preachings. They say, to heaven on your knees. If try you hard, you're sure to please. But will, the key, no will, no gain. The rest's a trick, a worthless chain. Through pain the will must carve its way. A sheep in pen of lies will stay. Pain's the marker of deformity. Dodge them and break free wholly. The path is fight, each passing hour. To conquer fear and claim your power. No many tips are needed here. The main one, light is living near. Let it guide you, spite their spite. Ignore the snakes that cloud the sight. The snakes who rule the masses' mind. Through them enslaved, mankind confined. They say, not all the world's on knees. Believe it, madman's disease. To leave hell's spheres, the single goal. Where men are beasts, with lost control. Their souls now hunted in the dark. Their freedom crushed before the spark. The next poem. The path. To leave hell's dark spheres, the only way. A sight beyond, a price to pay. Subdued souls vanish, truth is bent. Immortals lie, their words are spent. No faith in searching blind and lost. Intuition's path is crossed. Through shadows deep where falsehood breeds. A thread that breaks the darkest seeds. The mind must purge the rotting lies. A flood of filth, a world that dies. False teachings call, on knees ascend. But will alone must never bend. No will, no hope. Pain marks the flaw. A slave remains beneath the law. The path is struggle, constant fight. To rise above the choking night. Ignore the serpent's poisoned voice. Whose lies enslave and kill the choice. They claim the world won't bow to pain. Believe that, and you're lost, insane. To leave hell's spheres, the only goal. Where men are beasts, bereft of soul. Their spirits hunted, crushed, and sold. A world forsaken, cold and old. The next poem. Hell's sphere corrupts, the beast is bred. No soul survives, the spirit's dead. Fight or rot, no middle way. The dawn breaks cold, or endless grey. The next poem. Moments of enlightenment. I remember that strange moment clear. When I committed the crime sincere. Forsook submission, fears unspun. Cast off all lies, and then I come. Come only in fool's narrow sight. So loneliness brings no blight. Solitude's my quiet prize. Creation's fire lights my skies. Moments of passion, calm and pure. Then endless waves of hope obscure. Frustration sweeps the soul's expanse. Yet strengthens the rebellious stance. Like hermit deep within you dive. One thing alone keeps you alive. No fleeting instant holds the throne. But striving to know the bottom stone. We dwell in depths, those moments bright. Are signs of mind deprived of light. So serve the curious mind's demand. Forget dreams, hopes, and foolish lands. Will you find something? None can say. But die you must, and die you may. With honesty cut sharp and true. The only path you ought pursue. How you will die, that weighs the most. A traitor's heart is cold and lost. The soul's salvation, questions vast. Warped in a mind that won't hold fast. The mind beneath the spirit's reign. That's normal, though consumed by pain. Hell's chasm swallows many whole. Leaving few with sane control. A madhouse global, dark, and vast. Its camp is built to hold us fast. Red crosses strike the flag of man. To mute the soul, to break the plan. But they won't finish their design. The final fierce cataclysmic sign will come to judge the Satan's spawn. For genocide, for evil drawn. The next poem. Who won't submit, won't eat. The party said, it must be so. The Komsomal replied, we'll go. For fools, a joy beyond compare. Obey, and food's yours to bear. If you won't don the yoke they made. Dissidents your role displayed. To the masses, scum you'll be. Party's foe, enemy. Too few dissidents around. Means the fools still hold the ground. Now the time of puppet lords. Slinking vermin, rotten cords. They revealed the beast's own face, and unleashed the cow-id plague. In lying Mary's twisted halls, shame itself has taken falls. The needle jabs the urgent call, like old days before the fall, to not become a selling whore. Fight the evil, wage the war, with reason battling far and wide. Monsters claim the stronger side. For the scum, the prey is man. Their weapons strike as planned. They lie to spread the darkest dread, and launched a war with blood to shed. Shake the dust from your despair. This world's sinking once again. Hear your soul, the rest is lies. Rot and poison in disguise. All that's foul they praise and call good, while we approach the fall. Overton's windows wide now thrown. Hell itself is fully grown. Tons of lies in crushing waves drive us fast to our own graves. The next poem. The path of knowing. He who ignores the question of existence suffers from a mind's persistence. Arthur Schopenhauer. A world of feeble minds we face. Stock up on all, but knowledge is grace. Of cosmos truth, a cruel strain. For fools, a never-ending pain. Look all around, it's cash they chase. Not search or books to lift the base. They shore the vile, corrupt regime. Propaganda's rotten scheme. From childhood, crowds are trained to serve obedient dreams, a shallow nerve of cottages and cars alone. And thus the fools are fully grown. Exceptions vanish, few remain. Like birds erased, wiped from the plain. An idiot fills each vacant place. A plague upon the human race. The lowest pit showed cow-id. Reason crushed so painfully. A digital death camp looms ahead. Decay advances, swiftly spread. Artificial dumbness grows under falsehood's heavy blows. Fake science, fake religion's chain. Mind's shackles made by lies and pain. In fear and stress, threats all contrived. The crowd grows dull, their will deprived. Only skilled in chasing cash. Their wisdom buried in the ash. The question stands, eternal, clear. Will you stand out, or disappear? Shed lies and seek your answers true. Or join the herd, become a screw. Monsters? Madmen? 3/4 or more. Become the dull, the weak, the poor. Be sharper, wiser, break the line. Turn intuition into sign. Invite the critical mind's flame. Remember, spirit leads the game. The mind must serve beneath the soul, while belly's but a noisy hole. Stock patience well, the path is steep. Spirit's essence lies so deep. Spirit knows through spirit's light. Mind's mere tool in endless fight. Knowing's core, the moment bright. When clarity breaks logic's night. Connection with the whole, the vast. Stopping decay from creeping fast. Without direct vision's sight. Decay's the root, the soul's blight. For spirit's path you must prepare. Begin your march, ascend the stair. The next poem. The art of all arts. The zombied world, the time is near. To settle scores, the debts appear. Again the box conceals the shame. Lying's here art's finest game. Cows fart and CEOs just choke. Factories smoke, damn every joke. From lies the head begins to swell. This habit breaks the mind's own shell. A harmful habit, zombied crowd. By negative selection bowed. Will drag us down into the pit. No sin to burn the filth of it. To analyze this filthy game. A dreadful sin, no pardon's name. From politicians, thieves and suits. Where cruelty and coldness roots. But highest art that reigns supreme. Is blind obedience, the dream. That's nurtured through the endless years. No sense, no thought, just rot and fears. It bursts into the new, bright world. Submissive to the liar's swirl. Mammon is God, and honor's haze. fades like a mirage in the blaze. Yet here's the twist, the reckoning's due. The time to pay what's owed to you. The rotten world of sold-out souls will burn beneath the solar coals. The blazing sun, the truth's own light, will scorch the lies and end the night. The next poem. Crop circles. A tempting mystery. The science all but dust. Servile and filthy. Built on lies and rust. They'll vanish once we find the meanings hid inside. Troubles everywhere. Thousands deep and wide. This science breeds the poison. Toxic food, decay. Obedient scoundrels feed the lies each day. The proofs they push on screens. Media's blind slaves. The science leads to sickness and bondage in its waves. In circles lies the symbol. Fuel for instinct's flame. Science's empty rituals. Slaughter spirit's name. That instinct crushed and drained. The mind left dry and cold. Endorsed by coward's chain. Save our souls from the fold. Crop circles in the fields are bombs against their lies. The spin dust keeps silent. Drums pounding in our minds. Their path is to silence. What breaks their false design? Then flood the world with lies. A sea of endless crime. The next poem. Conspiracy of the global madhouse. A savage locked inside the ward. Where's the chief? No one's on guard. Hidden from our screams and cries. Sanitars heal with cold disguise. All the meds are plant-based lies. While conditions rot and rise. Saving money's all they prize. Madness hoards no worthy prize. They torture with electric shocks. The savage trapped, the system mocks. Complaints in Ward 6 pile high. Ruled by a Führer's twisted eye. He cries and howls, a broken mind. Yet hope's a poison they still grind. Sanitars promise they'll soon hang. The wild ones, orders bang. Rations shrink, the cockroaches feed. While rebels get the snotty bead. Filthy water's all they get. Better care you won't forget. A savage's hell, the stink and scream. And the chief, a dull, cold scheme. The next poem. Conspiracy of the global madhouse. Savage locked inside the ward. Where's the chief? No soul, no guard. Hidden deep from screams and cries. Sanitars deal brutal lies. All the meds? Just plant-based trash. Conditions rotten, cash is cash. Saving pennies, minds decay. Madness steals the light away. They torture souls with shock and pain. Savage trapped in endless chain. Complaints fall dead in Ward 6's pit. Ruled by madman's iron writ. Führer howls, a broken freak. Hope's a lie the fiends still speak. Orders come, the wild get hung. Starved to death, their songs unsung. Rats feast while rebels drown in slime. Snot and filth become their crime. A savage's hell, stench, pain, and scorn. The chief? A butcher, dull and worn. The next poem. Emptiness. Emptiness is no simple void. Their passion swarms, and thought is ployed. From mist and shadow, beauty wakes. Awake from fog before it breaks. Clear your mind, so pure, so bright. It was so clean at very light. Emptiness holds many thoughts. But that's no sign of speech well wrought. Clear mind means speech sharp and true. Yet no one's there to hear from you. Words will slash the evil haze. Cut the fog of twisted ways. But slaves don't want the truth to sound. They crowd the world with rotting ground. A global madhouse, vile and grim. Where soulless fiends sing out their hymn. Generations of slaves have spoiled the clarity, the core, the soil of life itself. Ignore the fools. Their muddy lies and broken rules. Return within, to emptiness. The primal light's pure holiness. You won't save all that's murky, lost. But answers come at any cost. That answer's simple, you are spirit. Trapped in hell's dull, blind merit. That's why the world's foul nonsense stings. It screams and raves with broken wings. Emptiness will heal that craze. The madness inside you's blaze. It's left a mark upon your soul. Corrupting parts that made you whole. Hell will shatter by that void. Alchemy's fierce, don't be coy. If you have woken, it's no chance. Only through this path advance. Your spirit's strength will rise in flame. Burning fog and lies to shame. Fear will flee, or lost you'll be. If you refuse this key to free. This hell will kill the spirit's fire. If you keep rotting in the mire. Among the fascists' vile crew. Destroying soul, denying you. Go deep inside, answers wait. Return and shatter hell's dark gate. We'll blow the rotten madhouse wide. Drown it all in blood and tide. This blood is black, and let it be. Be strong and toss your sympathy. Throw out sorrow, grief, regret. Emptiness? Seize this moment yet. The core of alchemy's this flash. Don't miss it, or you'll crash. Arguments mean nothing there. Intuition reigns with flair. Emptiness is not just void. But spirit's light, unalloyed. All filth and fear dissolve in flight. The path shines clear, hell's lies in sight. The lies, the frauds, the monstrous dread. All poison spilling, all is bled. The next poem. Economic cattle. Office drones, those suck UPS blind. Swallow nonsense, lost in grind. Plankton hordes, souls on the line. Sold for shelter, scraps, the bind. Slavery here's a savage creed. Dumb as corks, a endless breed. This slavery's burned deep inside. Dare to run, escape, or die. There, life is just a hollow name. A funeral's dull, dying flame. Offices, a deathly feast. Only rabble, very least. Some still cling to madhouse lies. Where all doors close on the wise. Who refuse to be mere cattle. Broken, beaten, choked by battle. Many won't take more abuse. Guard their souls, refuse the noose. Fascist world keeps watch so tight. If you won't bow, you're out of sight. Even faking seen and banned. Exposed and thrown from their command. Another purge, the planktons cleared. While monsters rule, their lies revered. Here's the law, one slavery. Masked by lies, brutality. Stupidity, fear, and hate. Madness grows at rapid rate. Fools believe this best of worlds. Souls lost, trapped like caught up squirrels. The catch is souls, all else is fake. A world of shit and cruel mistake. Run away, escape the trap. Speed ahead, no time to nap. Scum and Judas drag us down. Turning all to dust and drown. Go inside, protected there. By the light beyond despair. A cataclysm looms ahead. Wake from this long, cursed dread. This dream is fog, a dark disguise. Centuries of vile lies. Cheaper to be fool than wise. The vice that blinds, the soul's demise. The next poem. The key. A sudden key to secret truths. The fruit of all your toil and strife. Inside it lives, no guide or sleuth. Will hand you insight in this life. The work may be both smart and deep. But all you gain is noisy speech. A broken world, left by the keep. Disappointment's thoughts will breach. Yet intuition leads the way. That sudden key beyond the rules. It breaks tradition, lights the day. And brings you swift to spirit's schools. Seek out that key beyond the mind. When despair claws your mortal frame. And pushes you to fate's harsh grind. Then boldly leap into the flame. You'll break or find the rarest key. Be brave, press on, no time to stall. If truth in lies you blindly seek, you're nothing but a wretched thrall. Reject all lies, grow doubting strong. Distribute effort like the tide. Let peaks return, their pulses long. Accept the cycles as your guide. When lows descend, don't whine or fall. Hold fast, endure, and wait your turn. Or else your work will fail and stall. The key's brief flash you'll never learn. That key is sudden, sharp, and true. A door that opens with one turn. Fear not what lies beyond the view. Awake from madness, stop to burn. Delusion fills the waking mind. It's wired deep in ancient chains. So cherish now your strangeness kind. Or madness laughs and drives you insane. A world insane in total blur. The place you start, the place you bleed. The harm is clear, but none concur. The masses just obey, mislead. They're cattle, not mankind, the mass. While few oppress with iron will. If you obey, you're just their glass. A slave confined, doomed to be still. That sudden key to secret lore. Keep searching, fight until you fall. Or like a lamb, be led to gore. Forget what flesh cries out to call. You are the spirit, pure and bright. Trapped in a body doomed to rot. To grasp the truth, unlock the light. Few have, but now it's your own plot. So onward, don't beg, don't stall. That key awaits to free us all. The next poem. Foundations of the shipbuilding. So much is built upon the helplessness of the human child. Your family, culture, faith, philosophy. All rest on that fragile, broken pile. Osho. This world's built on child's weakness. A prey to vile designs. Scum tear where the flesh is tender. Mine's a shooting range of lies. So bastards pour their nonsense. With force they drown the truth. Turn all to jokes and cares. Lie whips the soul uncouth. Obedience is beaten. Like rods upon the weak. Childhood's not, its torment. Mad slaves is what they seek. The child's trust and reliance. Treasure ripe for the scum. They use it to the fullest. Filth rules where shadows come. Docile, dumb, and slavish. Most will bow and obey. The world will rot and fester. While scum dance in foul play. Centuries of violence. Deceit have carved this hell. Fascism's stinking label. For fools who fell and fell. There's always some other. They say, oh, what a charm. But final goal is brutal. To turn minds into farm. A cattle herd, all molded. Easier with a child. Let's shame him, break him fully. Send him to void, defiled. It's clear and well accelerated. Filth spreads without a fight. Madness shamed, spirit crushed. Hope fades into the night. Spirit strong is dying. Madness wins the feast. The world a sick asylum. Where fools are never ceased. The stench grows ever stronger. Fascist scum run wild. The dumb, corrupt, betrayers. Born from the child defiled. Their upbringing is genocide. A name too apt to hide. This world deserves to burn. While spirits buried inside. But soon the ground will tremble. Before the new beasts rise. Where chains are forged in lies. And truth will meet demise. Yet sun shines ever brighter. It's the end's first gleam. The fire grows relentless. On the brink of darkest dream. So let it be, no God here. Satan rules the game. A world so bleak and broken. Built on filth and shame. The next poem. The shipbuilding base. Built on helpless kids. Your family, faith, your lies. Scum tear soft flesh wide. Brains turned shooting skies. Bastards pour their crap. Lie whips whip the weak. Childhood's not a life. It's torture, slave's bleak peak. Trust is treasure plundered. Used up, spit, and crushed. Docile slaves, dumb masses. In filth they're hushed. Fascist stench spreads thick. Madness rules the game. Spirits dead, worlds rot. No God, just shame. Chains forged in deceit. New beasts rise from dirt. Sun blazes the end. Hell's fire will assert. The next poem. In memory of Hans Selye. Hans Selye, great and stern. Raised intuition high. Above cold logic's rigid burn. Where thought's caprices lie. No mere sparks of insights flow. But torrents deep and vast. Yet from the halls where truth should grow. This lesson's cast out, past. The mercenary scum conspire. To crush that sacred light. Intuition, pure, inspires. To expose the cowardly blight. That's why they fear its power. Dry reason chains impose. Drowned in words that coldly glower. Where lies like poison flows. Facts twisted, others hidden. Worse than plagues or wars. A crippled mind, broken, ridden. Believes false science's cause. When intuition's gates are barred. By dogma's iron fist. Such souls remain forever scarred. In ignorance persist. This breed is now the common mold. False science's design. Their master's greed, their hearts are cold. Chasing profit's line. The rulers here are less than men. In this corrupt domain. False science smooths the cruel den. Where fools are left in pain. A stew of lies and false belief. Media's twisted breath. Religious frauds bring only grief. And feed the world with death. Fragmented minds construct the new. A world of crafted lies. Where idols haunt, and none are true. Beneath the fearful skies. Fears weaponized, step by step. To kill the critical mind. Leaving only nonsense kept. A legacy unkind. Creative thought will die by choice. Selection dark and grim. False science's deceitful voice. Now sings its deathly hymn. Had Selye lived to see this day. He'd shudder at the sight. A world in rot and cold decay. A global death of light. The next poem. Selye's warning. Selye saw it clear and true. Logic kills what's bold and new. Intuition's flame they dread. Dead minds march, their spirit bled. False science spreads its filthy lies. Crushing thought till reason dies. Fear the chains they lock your mind. Slave to fools, forever blind. This world rots, no truth to find. A hell they build for humankind. Selye warned, the end is near. Wake or drown in lies and fear. The next poem. Explosive creation. Pour yourself out, break all your fears. Then ride the wave of creative fire. Or else you stand, condemned, in tears. Where hanging sword waits to expire. Crush all the lies these freaks imposed. Their twisted truths you must outfly. The sparks inside, the life opposed. Take every hardship as your guide. Learn how to sort the false from fact. Trace motives and their cruel schemes. No use to follow sheep in packs. Better to blaze alone with dreams. Be fierce, be sharp, let passion lead. The path where raw creation flows. Mistakes will come, but layers of greed will peel away as insight grows. Judge yourself, be your own master. Don't weigh your soul with mob's cold chains. Creator is a warrior faster. While wretched slaves are all that remains. No help for them, but aid the pure. A few remain amid the blight. Though darkness reigns, strong and obscure. Still fight, still burn against the night. Learn, resist, don't ever yield. Die unbowed before the dark. In every note and every field. Explode, but keep your center's spark. Intuition shows the way. To find that core within your chest. The mind's a pit where fears hold sway. No epicenter of the blast exists. Explosive creation's hellish road. Know well, in hell you're not alone. A fiend sits deep where darkness flowed, and slams your ears with lies and groan. Traitors, filth throwers, vile throngs. A legion sold and bent on pain. Around you swarm the wretched wrongs. Their evil strikes the pure's domain. Heal every wound, escape will aid. That super yoga of the mind. Fools sit in poses, dull and staid. Far from Dharma, truth declined. It's all alchemy, be strong in spirit. And hell itself you'll learn to lead. Darkness servants won't inherit. Create, seek, unless you're bred to bleed. The next poem. Farewell, asylum. Sheep virus plague and endless war. Total nonsense fed by news. The world's asylum shakes once more. Here traitors grin in every pew. Each trembling soul, each skin that shakes. There's millions locked inside these walls. What's left but media's fake fakes? Where twilight dims all reason's calls. If no censorship you claim, no viral spark will light your stream. Algorithms play their game. Censorship's a silent scream. A million views on YouTube's stage, while honest poems get but none. Still write fierce words, uncaged, enraged. Better in the drawer than undone. The traitors pen their empty rhymes. Patriotism sells so well, while honest voices lose their times. In infowars that burn like hell. It's all controlled by filthy cash. The pockets full of those who scheme. In hell, true spirit turns to ash. Traitors care not for that dream. Who sells out spirit, honor, truth, will fall again to darkest pits. This madhouse chains will burn in sooth. Fools trapped in lies will pay their debts. They say they live in better worlds, while reason melts like glaciers flow. Obedient madness swirls. The weak submit, refuse to grow. Fascist beasts wield weapons sharp. Through them they crush us, vile and sly. Soon lies will burn in evil's warp, and all false gods will fade and die. The sun has started its great work. The earth replies with molten streams. Death to fools, the traitor's quirk. Earth cheers the end of twisted schemes. Sheep virus plague and endless war. The total madness media spins. This is the verdict, nothing more. Farewell, asylum. If you're not scum, rejoice within.